What do you think our sweep left is? A voter who is not in the book, has proof of residency but no valid ID. It's the exact opposite, right? So if I come into Mr. Kern's polling place, Urbandale 3, and I go up to him, I say, hey, I'm here to vote. And they say, we look him up, and guess what? I'm not in the book. Well, right away we know it's automatic provisional ballot, automatic red voter. So the poll worker will inform the precinct captain. Mr. Kearns will get the precinct address library out and will determine if they're in the right polling place or not. And guess what? I am. I'm in the right polling place, Urbandale 3. So, a little bit of back and forth with the voter. Voter, do you have a valid form of ID? Yep, I sure do. I have my, no I do not. I do not have a valid form of ID. I have nothing on me that proves who I am. Okay, no problem. But do you have something that you show me where you live? Yeah, I have my water bill. Or I have my cell phone bill. Or I have my lease agreement. Something that has their name and address on it. I have that for you, but I don't have anything to prove who I am. Okay, no problem. We need to do a provisional ballot. And here's how we fill this out. Precinct captain fills out section 1 with precinct number, election date, and check box 1, signs and dates. Urbandale 3, election date 6/5/18. Why are we running this play? Voter has no form of identification. Okay, no problem. And then section 2, the voter will print their name, give us their address, date of birth, and they'll sign and date it. And then the voter will fill out the voter registration form. Everything on it, sign and date it, and bring it back to us. The voter will not vote on the machine. The ballot will go into the provisional ballot envelope, sealed, and then will be brought back to us, and we'll put it into the red bag. So we will give the voter a ballot, like always, give him his envelope, and have him go over to the polling booth and mark his ballot, bring it back to us, all sealed up nice and neat, and we'll put it into the red bag. While he's doing that, what do? Filling out the receipt. This is how we fill it out for somebody who has no valid form of identification. We check box 1 in section 1, no identification. We check the top 2 boxes in section 2. The voter can bring down any one of those forms, any one of those documents to prove who he is. And then we write down noon, June 7th, Polk County, 120 2nd Avenue. And then now it's, once again, it's the voter's responsibility to come down to our office to prove who they are. The attester form is filled out the same way if they have an attester. Nothing changes there. It still has to be in the book. The attester still fills this form out, and then we give that receipt to the voter. Now, I want to, before I go on, because it's been on my mind for the last few minutes, some precinct captains are concerned that maybe a voter might put the ballot into the machine rather than put it into the envelope. Yep. Valid concern. And you know what? Has happened. Has happened where a voter has put it in the machine. And, okay. Well, if the voter does do that, we can't do anything about it. Once that ballot goes in the machine, it drops. The ballot counts. So what some precinct captains do, and this is a good idea, if you have the space available, you can always set up a voting booth next to you and have that designated for provisional ballot voters. That way, I don't want you looking over their shoulder, how you mark your ballot, but if you have it off to the side from where the other voting booths are at, then you kind of have an eye on that voter. And we all know when voters are kind of starting to wrap up, when they're done marking their ballot, we can simply say, hey sir, don't forget when you're all done, bring that back to me. So one way, if you're busy, some of us, we'll be busy at some point on June 5th. You can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. And if you have an extra table or you have some space, you can have 2 or 3 of these designated for provisional ballot voters. Just one way to keep an eye on the process.